Yes, man. We lonesome. I'm up. I'm up. Well, we have a very interesting guest today, you know. I have Attorney Donavan Collins, also a former police, who stand for equal right and justice around here. How are you doing, Donovan?
I am wonderful, my brother. I am only disappointed because
Yes.
of the actions of some of the senior members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who
Yes.
are trying to fight crime in this country and are here to protect us and want us to have faith in them. But they are approaching the thing in a very wrong way. So that for that reason, I'm disappointed. However, I'm having a fabulous day because my client is now out of the unlawful detention. All right.
Unlawful detention. Can you give me a little rundown on that. The unlawful detention. What happened? What take place?
All right.
Yes.
Sometime last week, some
Yes.
persons were killed in the Bounty Hall area of Trelawney.
Mm.
Now, one of my clients, uh, I would say that he was a victim or he was a person who resides in that area and is closely related with the persons who lost their lives. Now, what the police did, they went and take my client into who is a family member of the persons who lost their lives. So I'm talking about a man who was mourning the loss of his loved ones. So instead of going to look for the persons who killed these people, they went and locked up the man who is now mourning. Now they took him into custody from Friday of last week. That is in Falmouth in Trelawney. Now, after taking him into custody, I went to the station about 10 minutes after he was taken into the police custody to
Yes.
find out if there is anything that I can do as an attorney at law to facilitate them doing their investigation with my client. Nobody was there
Yeah.
who wanted to speak with my client in the presence of his attorney, right?
Yes.
By
Yes.
by the following day, when I went back to speak with my client, I was told that my client was whisked away to Kingston by CTOC police officers. So they
Mm-hmm.
move him from Trelawney, take him to Kingston now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, after they took him to Kingston, I
Yes. Yes.
made a visit there on
Yes.
Sunday. I was unable to speak with the persons who had detained my client.
Mm.
After I spoke with the person on the cell phone who gave his name as a superintendent in charge of CTOC, Mr. Meverell Smith, he indicated that he wanted to do a question and answer with my client. Well,
Mm.
I told him that I'm ready because I traveled from Montego Bay into Kingston for this question and answer if it is that they wanted to question.
Yes.
He, on that day, appeared not to be available. So he said that he wanted to do the Q&A on the Monday. On the Monday, I came back to Mobile on the Sunday, traveled back to Kingston on the Monday for a Q&A. None was done. No question
Mm.
and answer was done. In fact, I spoke with a sergeant who indicated that he had no interest in this man. I spoke back to the superintendent Smith,
Yes.
informed him that we are still waiting for the Q&A. No Q&A
Yeah.
was done. I, I
Yes.
was there until about 9:30 last night. Mr. Smith, I couldn't get him back on his phone, you know, and that is how they behave. This morning we filed an application in the halfway tree court, right? A section 286 application. However, before the matter could be heard, the police released my client after he has been in custody for more than the 72 hours. and without any question and answer being done. And that is how these people try to convince us Jamaicans that they're fighting crime. That is the reason why they're failing.
Yes, yes.
Because you know. And the way these men are fighting crime, I have to sit and laugh. And we will not be better unless they change. Because what they're doing, they are building enemies
I
with
know.
the citizens. And what you need to do, you need to work together with the citizens. You understand? So
Yes.
it is unfortunate that this is what they did. And I can tell you though, and I can promise them that
Yeah.
this will not continue whilst I'm alive and whilst I'm an attorney at law. And I'll be leaving no stones unturned to ensure that this kind of behavior will take up a person from out of his home, throw him into custody, and just simply let him out when you feel like it will not happen. Not
It
at
have,
all. It is
yes.
not going to happen. And they will pay dearly for it. Because I will be taking all the legal steps that I can take to ensure that this doesn't happen again.
Yes. Yes. But you yourself, when the law they do something, and also when I foul of the law, 'cause you never when I foul of the law. But them not so long ago, you're coming from country, you're coming from the country, and some police run you down, could have taken your knife. What happened? Just give the people them a run down back on that now, please. Just the behavior of the police and the action. Can you hear me? Yes, Donovan? Yes, in driving, so sometimes it kind of, cut off. Yeah, man. Yes. Hello, Donovan? Yeah, I'm driving, so let me see if I can get him back online. You can hear me? Through your
Yes,
drive,
man.
yeah, your drive.
Sorry about
Yes, man.
that.
All right. Yeah, pull out, yeah, see if I can get a. Yes, man. So you can give me a
Yeah, man. I'm
rundown.
still
You have a run with the police, although you served the Jamaica Constable Force for many years. But you have a rundown, you have a run with the police, you could have lost your life. You can give him back a rundown on that?
Well, what happened? I remember I think it was a year ago when I was
Yes.
driving in Havendale area. And
Mm.
there was this unmarked car that was driving me down, blowing horns about 11 o'clock in the night, very late. You understand? And there was no blue light or anything to indicate that these were police officers trailing me, right? And I had to drive in a way that was very speedily to try and reach the nearest police station. However, because at that time I was driving a car that was slow. I wasn't driving a fast car like the one I'm driving today. So I had to stop because I realized that that car was catching up on me. And it was at that point that I realized that it was police officers when I saw the men with the M16 rifles and the regulation numbers. I said, oh, it appears as if these are police officers. Yeah, I understand? But you see, the way they dealt with me on that day, on that night, oh my, kick away my feet. They spoke to me in the most derogatory manner. And the way that they carry on until they found out that I was an attorney at law, they tried to polish it off. Understand? Don't be fooled, you know. I didn't continue with the reports that I made to the relevant authorities about this because what happened was that it appeared to be too tedious just to make your complaint and to follow through. You had to stop what you're doing, sit and wait for long hours. Persons who are to take a report behaving as if they are doing you a favor. So what I did, I just leave it alone. You understand? But you see,
Yes, yes.
it is something though that needs to be looked at. Needs to be looked at.
So one of the time you told me that like the police, if we did do what we gonna do, let them
Yeah.
look in the back and see your
When yeah, my robe.
your
So
robe.
when one of the police officers on that occasion realized that I was a lawyer, he said to the other officer that it's a lucky thing we never did do what we are gonna do. You understand? He didn't state clearly what he was going to do. However, based on the fact that I'm well trained in the use of M16 rifles, right? And 9mm pistols, and the sounds that I heard when they found out that I was an attorney, I was strongly of the view that the sounds that I heard were the M16s being switched from safe to from unsafe to safe. So I don't want to say what they were going to do because I don't know what they're going to do. But you can read between the lines.
Wow, that body.
Very bad.
How much years you're doing the Jamaica Constable Force before you switch to law?
I joined it when I was 18 years old, and I resigned when I was, don't remember, what I did about 12 years.
12 years.
Right.
Yeah. So you have an inside how them operate and everything. And
I know every single thing about how the force operate. Because let me tell you something. You see, whichever work I do it to the best of my ability. So I won't tell you that I never used to work hard. I used to be a hard-working police officer. You understand?
Yes.
That is right. Anything I do it good. Anything. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
So I know a lot about the system.
So you know a lot about the system.
And I know when they are doing nonsense and foolishness, like what they did to the client who they took from Trelawney and took him to Kingston, right?
Yes.
And just have him there not doing anything at all and just release him this morning. Well, this afternoon. After they have been detaining the man for no reason at all.
So he's the victim, right?
Yes,
and instead you hold on a victim and you want question and answer and you take him, he's not I know anything, but you take him and catch to Kingston and lock him up for more than 3 days.
More than 3 days. More than 3 days. 4 days. You understand? And not even a question and answer, despite the attorney being there from the first day that they took him into custody, begging them that we are here. Do what you want to do legally. Nothing. You understand?
So, but the law allow the police to do that, to ignore you as the attorney of that young man. The law allowed them to do these kind of things. You come there, they want question and answer. Them supposed to talk to him from time lawyer. But the police are all right for the sit back for the whole day. And you just sit back and when you feel like for talk. That's not supposed to go on.
That is not supposed to happen. That is not supposed to happen. They are breaching the citizens' rights. And if this is allowed to continue, all that we'll have in Jamaica is that this.
Yes.
The youth will see. You understand me?
Yes. Repeat again.
If this is allowed to happen, what will see happening in Jamaica is that the youth will see the police as enemies, right? And instead of trying to work with the police or trying to behave themselves, they will find themselves in a position where they're of the view that they have to defend themselves. You understand? So you can't continue to treat the youth like this. It will not help anything at all. It will not solve the problem. It will only cause the situation to be worse. You see what is happening in Jamaica already. Jamaica is in a very serious situation.
Yes.
You understand? The police might be frustrated, but you have to maintain your composure. You understand? Have to maintain your composure and find proper ways to fight crime, but don't make matters worse.
That's it. Because I believe in a intervention. I believe in a prevention. And
Of
you
course.
cannot, and it hard. You know, the police have a tendency to treat the have-nots like they are subhumans, and we that needs to stop. It's like classism in your country, classism, because these people look down on them, so you can't step up on them, you lock them up and feel like you do anything to them, and no one must not talk, and it must stop. We just let them stop do these things. It need to stop.
It's a lonesome. I don't have a problem with the police doing their work, you know. You know what I have a problem with? Is when the police just take up a man, right?
Yes,
And him a
yes.
behave like say boy, him police big and bad. No lawyer can come protect your rights. That is not so. Don't do it like that. There are laws that governs us all, and you have to comply with them. No one is above the law. And whenever you breach the law, then you will pay.
Yeah, man. Them need to. But nobody not holding them accountable. And that's the problem. The force
Don't
leader
worry,
overall.
don't worry about it, man. What will happen is that they will certainly be held accountable. They will
Okay.
certainly be held accountable because it is very annoying. It is very annoying to see police officers, especially senior police officers, behave this way. And I believe in no stones unturned, right?
Okay.
So my M16 rifle now where law is concerned, right, is the
Yes.
law. And I'll be using the law, which is my M16, to fight persons who breach our citizens' constitutional rights. All right? Right.
Yes.
So I'll be using the law to fight persons who breach the rights of our citizens.
So what you say about those police? What I heard and Vice Note styling up a judge and said, oh, we can just with them say put the court in recession because the judge don't have no power unless we call the court. And I talk to me, I wonder what them really police don't learn them going to train them for training school. I wonder the police feel them have all these kind of powers to do all these things and get away with it.
Well, one thing that I know is that there are a lot of hardworking police out there who have respect for the rule of law. You know, I know that. But you will always find that few who behave in a way that makes you wonder. You understand?
Yes.
So trust me, you really will not see a country where you find all the police doing good. But I know that there are a lot of smart, sensible police officers out there who really just do them work and do it to the best of their ability and leave the animosity alone. I would tell any police making certain comments about any judges not to do so. All right? Respect the office. Respect the office. Respect the office. Don't enter into those waters. Don't disrespect a judge. Don't do that. Respect the office. And I leave it at that. I will leave it at that.
Yes. Because you know, because that police they listen. We're the bad thing, you know, none of them not bad like we police saying these things. You know, them want them money and everything. But you know, me I wonder why, you know, to them speech like this, you know, is like, you know, what they really saying.
And I must tell you too, that they must be paid. You know, the police they must be paid well. Because you see, if it is that the police are not paid well, the crime will never have any solution to this problem either. So you see, this is like an honestness in this country, you know. What you have, you know, is that you have police who are underpaid. So what happens is that some of them take out the frustration and they use them.
And that's bad.
It is bad. And that is why, as a country, our leaders need to just try to see how best they can resolve these issues, my brother. You understand? Because if it is that these are not resolved, then we are going nowhere. Nowhere at all. And I will just leave a suggestion to the powers that be. I think that they need to start trying to when you're selecting whoever to be government ministers, try and see if you can find somebody with experience to run that particular department. For example, you want a minister of security. Why don't try to see if you can find somebody who have experience as a crime fighter, rather than using somebody who's a medical doctor to fight crime? There are a lot of us out there, you know, who are well experienced, and there are attorneys at law, and there are other professionals out there. Huh?
Yes.
Why they don't try that? Let them try that.
Yes.
I know. Let them try that one day, man. You can probably tell them.
And you need some people. I believe in police who come up to rank and file to be commissioner too, you know. Because, you know, too much of this, you know, I don't believe politicians put in, you know, those, you know, they must select who them want to be commissioner. And that security job is a serious job also. You know, come on, man. Things
I agree with that too. I totally agree with that. Because what you find is that you have a lot of police officers who are on the ground, right? Fighting crime every day. And they are not being promoted. So if it is that you have officers who are not being promoted, then they will be demotivated. And once they are demotivated, then anything can happen. A person will now stop looking at the interests of the country and start looking out for themselves.
That's what's going on now.
What they'll be saying is that no matter how hard I work, me not gonna ever get a promotion. So here, let me see how I can better my life.
Yeah.
They have a lot of work to do. We are in trouble in this country until they start doing the right thing. And that's all I can do.
And you know, say you just answer that and you just point out, no, that's why you have so much man. I say, okay, me have badge gun, but right now me have to eat food. When I turn and eat man much for the highest bidder. You know, bidder. You can bid. Yeah, man, you can pay me. Hey, me gonna mash up that. Me reach it for you. Because me not get pay already. Me not get promotion. Me not have no chance. Me not have a house. Me not live nowhere. Me have some youth. So you want us before me leave this. So you know, criminal with badge and gun, you have to find more and more of them. That's business. As long as me get some money, hey, the man there have a place in my build an apartment. Me I can protect it. Every month I collect something in something that can carry home because my salary are 70,000 before them taxes, basic salary. That can help me. I mean, I get the promotion, I get. So I go join that, you know. Something that's for mash it. Something for smuggle up, I go smuggle it. You understand? It's bad. The country go bad. You understand? But we need no care about me. We need a firm police department. We want them change the force thing then because the force is gone now. Police are forced about certain things. You want a department.
I think they will get it together. I think that they will get it together soon because I know that they are not foolish. And it is clear before their eyes that we have all failed. And we have all failed the people of Jamaica. So I know that they will get it together soon. They will. Because it is obvious that they are failing the people of Jamaica, especially where crime and violence is concerned. And because of that, they now believe that the police, some of them believe that because the crime is at this level, then they have to now breach persons' rights. But that is not so. They have to find a balance of how to fight crime and still respect persons' rights. And if they don't find a balance, then they will always believe that lawyers are at them when we are really not. We are just here to protect our clients' constitutional rights because we all have rights. And some people might be listening to me now and will be saying some bad things, you know, like what
everything going up good right now. Everything going up good. Not saying bad over here.
But you'll have one and two. You'll have one and two.
Yes.
You have to have those. But what I say to them is that we're not really here to fight against the police, right? We're just here to ensure that the police respect the citizens' constitutional rights. If it is that you have something to charge someone for, not a problem. charge them.
Not a
Put
problem.
them
Not
before
a
the court.
And you
But
do
don't just take up people and throw them in jail. Have them sitting there, and then you release them like you're taking up a wild fowl and locking up in a coop. That is not how it is done. And it will not be tolerated. All right?
Yes, you need to stop. Them right.
Yeah.
Stop violating people, right? Police. I don't know if you saw that video. 2 videos. One with the police or tell a guy, but you know about me, hey, and call him and style him with name, and anytime I kill me, kill you, know. That is a threat. Because you know, search him, you know, see me not going, number one, your friend them not put no right you not danger. But maybe something, some personal vendetta. I don't think police are supposed to threaten no citizen like this, you know. And the next one, a man tell him about his mother, and move off and reach with a question. You see a man without a gun. The citizen is without a gun, if you see him with a gun, you can shoot him. When they have a license of firearm, you see him, you don't shoot him. If you say you see him with a gun, you don't know if it's a man with a license of firearm. Because him in a garrison. You have people in the garrison have license of firearm, you know. So if a police is with a gun because where you live, or something, I guess something you can't say nothing to him, you can shoot you front of camera and tell about your mother. That can't be a police force, good man. Bad example, man.
Yes, yes.
And if me threaten a man, even if I don't realize and threaten a man, say me I go kill you, you know them charge me. Especially a driver and say, I will kill you. No, you can charge him for illegal possession of firearm. Because me draw my firearm on a person without, you know, due process. I like my life in danger or something. But me know, so well, you can't charge me for illegal possession of firearm and all kind of things. See? And that's what you up on me. The police are supposed to do these things. Why them continue doing this? But them not do it uptown. That means them know better. Them not scream and say big man kids and do it. So them know better. Them know better. You understand? Them need
right.
Yeah, man.
That is so, my brother.
You understand? Yes, man. So you say now with your case now, you definitely we have to follow up this one because you're not going to let go this one off.
No, man. We'll be taking strong measures. All right. We'll be filing this one in the court.
All right, good.
Yeah.
You know, anything come up, anything else come up, you know, you just call me, you know.
Yes, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you, my brother.
All right, my brother. Respect. All right. Yeah.
Have a wonderful day now.
Okay, my brother. Respect. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's attorney at law, Donavan Collins, former police, now attorney at law. And you know him about case to come up there with some police one with some little stupidness. So, you know, he might deal with what he might deal with. You understand? But if you keep it, yeah, somebody asked about Nzinga King. Well, that case right now, the DPP have the case. The file. Me don't know why I forgot the DPP. Me don't know. Can they trim the girl? Me don't know why them not charge the police now. These kind of DPP and go through and fight. But you catch a youth down there say just charge them same time. Me not understand this. Me not understand. You go through to the police up there, so the highest command and then turn it over to when them send it over to dog without teeth. Yeah. When them Indicom and Indicom finish complete final, I send it. You know, see them I send me around from last year, July, the 22nd of July. This come to light in August, early August, and now January soon finish. And I know you know you're nothing about the case. That's why you know say this a joke. Them thing a joke. You understand? Police stop the EF this kind of way. Stop it. Stop the classism thing here. You understand? Stop texting on the phone and have not. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to go now and we're not going to pick out anyone 6,000 members, 7,200 members. We're not going to pick them out from up at the rich and fame. Them not want it. Them not at the work. Not come from the phone and not see a way. We need to stop the foolishness. You understand? Yeah, man, them need to stop the foolishness, man. Anyway, me there, yeah? So you know later, I'm up. Lonesome. Up.